What is up, my fellow guitar addicts? I'm Caesar, and this is Addicted to Guitar, where we celebrate everything guitar. So right now, stop what you're doing. Look over there. Look over there. And look down there. Are you subscribed? All right, well, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and then hit the bell that comes up after it, because you're going to want YouTube to let you know when we're doing new videos. Now, guys, I am really happy. I got to thank all of you supporters for helping us make this channel great. And right now, I'm going to scroll the names of all of our new subscribers, and these people are the most awesome people on the earth. Now, if you don't see your name up here, it's not because you aren't awesome either. If you subscribe, it just means that YouTube couldn't give me your name because your subscriptions are private. All right, so that being said, we love you guys. Without you guys, we really couldn't do this at all. So we appreciate all your support, and hopefully you're digging the videos. So today, I'm going to do a review of this killer little specimen of used goodness. This is a Fender Squire, and as you guys know, there's lots of Fender Squires out there, but this is a Fender Squire Standard. See the little standard there on the end? Now, there's lots of Squires available, and there's been lots of Squire models over the year. This is a 2005, that's what the serial number tells me, and this one was made in Indonesia. And this is what I would consider a step up from like your midline Squire. This is, I think before they started selling the classic Vibe Squires, which I would think is the highest quality Squire you can get, and those are actually pretty good instruments. If you can get your hands on one of those for like $175 or $200, that's usually a pretty good deal. Those are instruments that I would say are almost as good or just as good as like the Mexican instruments that are out now. All right, that being said, these guys were pretty cool in the day. They came with a lot of extra stuff that a regular Squire didn't. And I've actually got what I would consider a regular Squire here. This is a Squire Strat. And this, I think, is one of the ones that comes in one of the kits that you can get a guitar and a bag and an amp. But I like the cool perloid pickguard on these. And this one I think is a little bit better than what I would consider the bottom of the line model Squires, which are the Bullets and the Affinities. This is probably a step up from there. And then a step up from these would be this guy. Now, what does this guy give you that these other ones don't? Well, first off, it gives you the really cool oversized CBS era headstock. And if you're like a Jimi Hendrix fan, this is typically the headstock that he would be photographed with, because this was kind of the time that he was playing these guitars. So you get the big headstock, and obviously you see it's painted just like the body here. So that's kind of cool too. This neck is a little bit fatter and wider than the normal necks. Now it still has that Fender C shape, but because it's a little wider, it feels a little bit bigger. It's not much chunkier. It's still about that same size, but it does feel a little bit bigger. It's got the shoulders that a C shape would have. Now, another thing that these guitars have too is the extra fret. Your standard, well, I don't want to call it your standard, this is your standard, but your normal Squires all come with 21 frets. And I'll show you that on this guy. See? 21 frets. Stops right there at the dot. This one gives you that 22nd fret, which is kind of cool because you get that high D or high E. So typically there's a lot of runs and lines that end on that fret, because that's also where like a Les Paul would end. So when you lose that fret, you kind of miss that extra note. So I really dig that. This one is a single humbucker, which isn't bad. The humbucker does give you that shreddy sound. And this one does give you the 2-point fulcrum tremolo. Now, it's not the greatest tremolo. It's not really made of great metal. And you can typically hear that when you hear the E string. It's kind of a dull sounding E string. Typically when it's a nice, hard, expensive metal in the bridge, the E string tends to sing a little more. But that being said, it's not too bad. What I like about the 2-point fulcrum tremolos is that once you set the radius with the saddles that you like, if you want to change the action up or down, you don't have to adjust each individual saddle to keep the radius going. You can just adjust the two fulcrums, which is kind of cool, because if you're going to put on heavier strings or lighter strings, or you want to try higher action or lower action, it's a lot easier to do those adjustments than having to adjust each individual saddle and then try it on and make sure you got the radius done right. This one also has the really cool reflective pickguard. This one has a couple of little smudges underneath it, but I don't think that's too bad. I think it's kind of cool. But I really am digging this guitar, so I wanted to give you guys a look at it. I got this for $90 with the case, which I would think is a pretty good deal. If you go on Reverb, these are selling for about $100, $110, $120. I would say at that price point, it's pretty good. If you can get it for cheaper than that, obviously, jump on it. This one has the rosewood fingerboard. I kind of dig Strats with rosewood fingerboard. That doesn't mean I don't like them with maple. The classic Black Beauty with the maple neck is probably my quintessential Strat look, but this one is pretty cool also. So I'm digging it, and I wanted to show you guys. Hopefully you guys like it. So if you see them out there, you know what you're looking at. I would say the couple things that would probably need to be changed on this guitar if you wanted to make it a reasonably usable instrument would be the tuners, right? The tuners definitely have to be changed. These are not the greatest, and they are a little hard to get to be perfectly in tune. You know, they're not great at making small adjustments. But that being said, everything else on the guitar is pretty good. This nut was a little shaved, and it was already brought down when I got the guitar, so that was pretty cool. It wasn't a bad job, so I don't think it has to be changed, but it is that plastic nut. So if you like bone nuts, you just need to have that changed out. And I would say other than that, it's pretty cool. What I am digging is the G&L style tones. So I may end up rewiring this guy if I do change the pickups out with a push-pull to split whatever humbucker I put in there. And then the G&L comes with a treble and a bass tone knob that work on all three instruments, and I kind of dig that setup, so I may end up doing that setup on this guitar. But that being said, it's not bad. So, hope you guys like it. And stop what you're doing right now. Go ahead and look down there. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, because if you watch this video in its entirety, you're probably a guitar addict, which means that you're going to want to be subscribed to this channel. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and leave me a comment, guys. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you like about the videos, what you don't like about the videos. Let me know if there's something you want us to show you. And stay tuned, because we're going to be putting out videos twice a week. All right, guys, thanks for watching.